From the time Donald Trump became the presumptive Republican nominee for president, the mainstream media, the MSM, has attacked him for being racist, sexist, ethnically and religiously bigoted. From the time he won the election, the MSM have pushed the narrative that Trump's win was due to this bigotry, especially the racism. Someone even coined a new word for it, Wealthlash.
This was a white lash. This was a white lash against a changing country.
I kind of push back against the advancement of African Americans, of Hispanics, of women, of Muslim Americans.
But there is another side to the election equation. Hillary Clinton lost.
How did this happen? Experienced politician versus racist fake gynecologist.
The woman who President Obama called the most qualified person ever to run for the White House.
You know, she was Hillary Clinton, the most qualified candidate, the best suited for the job, the best temperament.
Why did the most qualified candidate ever to run for president lose to one of the most unqualified candidates ever to run for president? Bernie Sanders would have wiped the floor with Trump's comb-over. Hillary supporters, outside of the MSM at least, seem to be sincerely clueless. They want to blame Trump supporters for being, as Hillary said, a basket of deplorables, racists and hate mongers.
I genuinely do not understand how America can be this disorganized or this hateful.
And that is exactly the way the ruling establishment wants us to think it is, because it divides us from each other. And the MSM, ever the servants of the ruling class, will play up the issues of race, gender, ethnic, and religious bigotry and use them as wedges to further divide us. I know that Hillary's loss was mostly a reaction against what she is and represents: growing wealth and income inequality, the excessive concentration of wealth, privilege, and power in the top 1%, and the arrogance, hypocrisy, and corruption that go with it, the establishment of a political class that serves itself and the 1%, and rampant political and government corruption. All of this is based in an economy and legal system that has been rigged by the two-party system to serve the political and ruling classes at the expense of the rest of us. We must do all we can to counter MSM divisiveness by promoting issues that cut across color, gender, ethnic, and religious lines. Issues that both separate us from their interests and the political parties that serve them, and to bring us together around our common class interests. For the last decade or more, our national government has had a deliberate policy of redistributing wealth from the working class and poor to the already wealthy. We need to stop and then reverse that redistribution with government policies just as deliberate. I wrote that in my independent congressional campaign newsletter way back in 1991. Under the two-party system, in the 25 years since, things have gotten only worse for the 99%. To be clear, where we are now, the two-party system brought us here. The Democratic Party, in stealing the nomination for the weaker candidate Hillary Clinton, chose Trump over Bernie Sanders. Sure, they did everything they could to get Hillary elected, but they were willing to have Trump beat Hillary rather than nominate Sanders. Trump is the Democratic Party's plan B, not Bernie. Trump is their second choice for president, not Bernie. They made that deal with the devil and now pretend that everything is just fine with their party and blame everyone else for Hillary's loss but themselves. So get a clue already, America. If we want a clean, honest, progressive government that serves everyone, we must go outside the two-party system. Hillary Clinton lost the election because of a backlash against the 1% and their political power, privilege, and corruption. I call that a wealthlash. We must create an even bigger Wealthlash for 2018 to elect our kind of people to the Congress. Then we need to create a Wealthlash tsunami for 2020 to take the White House. We have the numbers if we work together for our common interests. We can do this. We must do this.